Hey guys, Dr. J, Jason Lipoff. I want to congratulate you because you guys are 1 week down, and I'm going to talk to you guys about 3 things that's going to motivate and rock your world into week 2. The first is just a little bit of housekeeping to help really get the foundation where we need it to be. Number 2 is mindset, even more foundation, but also to attack a couple obstacles that maybe people are having already. People are questioning themselves and doubting themselves, maybe like they have in the past. Well, I'm going to help out with that. And number 3, some tools to help you succeed even more. The first is congratulations. You guys are the ones that decided to commit over all the possible excuses that we have in our head, from time to money to whatever. You guys are the ones that made the commitment to say, enough is enough. I'm important. My family's important. My friends are important. And I need this for me because I'm ready to change my life forever. I don't care if it takes a week, if it takes a year. This is my life. So congratulations to you for making that commitment, because you should be rewarded for that, because we live in a world of a lot of negativity, a lot of skepticism, also a lot of people that claim that they're experts, and really what it does is it really puts the health and wellness industry a little bit of a negative taste in people's mouth. They don't know who to trust. And I want to congratulate you guys for making that commitment, because you made the right one. And I'm excited to see each and every one of you guys change your life forever. So that's the first thing. Congratulations. Along with that, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you enter the Beachbody Challenge. You go to the Team Beachbody website and it says Beachbody Challenge. You can enter the challenge. You can do that every month. A little story, your before pictures, and no matter how good or bad they are, every 30 days you can enter your results, and they give away at least $500 every single month. We've had hundreds of challengers win $500 with their story and their results, and it's not about an endpoint, it's along the journey. And we've had coaches win 10,000, 50,000. We've had a coach that's actually going to be at our Super Saturday that won $100,000 for his transformation. So understand that it's always nice to have something fun to go after, a little bit more than just for you. And the last thing that I want to talk about is, before I get into point 2, is blood work. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you guys to go to your doctor, your primary care doctor, and get a full blood work and let them know what you're doing. Some of you guys are already on medications. You guys have some conditions that maybe we don't know about. And being a healthcare professional myself, I always like to work in conjunction with their primary care provider. So I definitely recommend. Also, it's good for getting a starting point, so that way you know at the end of your 30, 60, 90 days that you can actually gauge where have you improved, where have you not. In the past, I remember well before Beachbody, I tried a product that I thought I was getting great results. I felt amazing. But in reality, my AST and ALT levels were elevated, which is in my liver. And it was not a clean product, and I shouldn't have been taking it anyway. But that was confirmation that as soon as I removed that from my diet, the AST and ALT levels started going back to normal. So make sure that you're monitoring your blood pressure and monitoring your blood work. I would get a 0 point, especially if you're diabetic, things like that, okay? Again, all of our products, whether it's Shakeology or learning how to change the way that you eat, they're as clean and they're as evidence-based as it gets. It's all natural food supplementation, so I wouldn't worry about anything being artificial or artificial stimulants. However, it's still a change to your diet, and everybody reacts differently. The second point is mindset. So the one thing that I would like to remind everybody is that what differentiates us from any other weight loss program, powders, pills, wraps, whatever, is that we're the complete solution. That it's not a magic pill, but it's teaching people how to portion their foods right, how to eat right, how to bridge the gap of getting the nutrition in their diet into their body that they weren't getting otherwise. And that is why Shakeology works so well and why there's nothing like it on the market. Also, how incorporating exercise, even as little as 10 minutes a day, can really help boost your metabolism, really strengthen your heart. But mentally, it helps you goal set, feel that sense of achievement, get that dopamine rushing, things like that. and combine that with support and accountability, because that's why people fall off. They second guess themselves and they don't have that support, that somebody reminding them why they started and giving them that push and that motivation. Unfortunately, we live in a world of social media where we're comparing ourselves to everybody else's highlight reel. So oftentimes we could be having a great day, or we could be set some goal or something that we wanted to achieve, and then for some reason our eyes start gazing and comparing ourselves to other people who seem to have everything going right, or everything is just easy for them, and their relationships are easy, or work is great, or whatever, and we have a tendency to knock ourselves back down. And so I encourage you, number one, understand that's what social media is. It's not reality, and that's why I think it's like this false sense of this facade of narcissism, where everybody wants to feel important. They want to get likes. They want to feel important, and if other people can comment about how amazing their life is, maybe that will become a reality. But in reality, it's just a shell. What you guys are building, because we all have problems in our lives. It's why we all started our health and wellness journey. Something usually went a little bit off, and emotionally we decided to start eating to bridge that gap, to make us feel better. And so understand and recognize that. Even in the accountability groups, what's the first thing that happens, right? You can find yourself comparing yourself to other people. As much as we like to just be happy and go happy, we find ourselves comparing to other people who talk about their weight loss, how much weight they've lost already, how amazing they feel. And so if we have a misstep, even in week one, then it's amazing how that can kind of really start to spiral down, right? And what I like to encourage you guys is that, number one, anybody that's had that misstep, that's made that mistake, and they've emotionally eaten in that week one, I'm happy. I'd rather have that happen to you now than have it 3 weeks down the line when you really think that you're invincible because everything's going right, you're losing all this weight. The reality is, once everything stabilizes and you're learning how to eat right, just being mostly right and getting your nutrition in, things like that, you'll start losing about 1 to 2 pounds a week if you have to lose it. But at first, the reason why people lose so much weight at first is it's that water weight, or it's that huge rush that we were carrying around. So that's why people will lose, like especially on the Ultimate Reset or the 3-day refresh, that 72-hour detox before you start, is because it just cleans people out. But understand that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so the key is to focus on the wins. But also understand that there's 2 types of challenges that we're overcoming here. And that's also what's exciting, is once you do and you have power over both of these, it'll change your life forever. The first, and this is the short-term one, is the fact that just incorporating these changes in your life, even something as small as replacing a meal with Shakeology once a day, that's a change from your life. So regardless of how miserable you were before, how poor you were eating, it's still a change. And change is really something that we avoid, and it can cause pain. So finding time to exercise, to commit, finding time to portion control, even though it makes us feel good, it also causes us this like internal struggle and pain because it's still something different in our lives. And some people may have all the support at home, but some people may have to overcome that as well. So that's something where you'll work with us as coaches and understand that it's a process, and our job is to focus on your small successes and build from there. And the shortcuts that we give you to bridge the gap, that's what's going to help overcome all the times when you decide to have that munch out with the snacks and things like that, because it's going to happen, right? But it's about being more right than wrong, and also understanding that one thing that we know, like with the ketogenic diet, everybody's different, but most people are super sensitive to carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. They are processed in and out of our body very quickly. Our blood sugar spike rises, insulin rises, and what ends up happening is we end up utilizing those quick carbs for energy, not fat. And what happens? We end up storing more fat. And that's why we get that abdominal fat every time. And so it's important, especially at the beginning, that if you mess up, ask yourself, okay, I hit the stress point. I know why it happened. It's why I've been doing it for 20 years or whatever. Now the key is, do I need to say it out loud with what can motivate me to not make that decision? The fact that like, no, I'm gonna be sexy. I'm gonna lose that weight. I'm picturing myself in a bikini, whatever it is, something that's gonna motivate you to remember why you started and to just stop for just a couple minutes and let yourself, and then reassess, do you still want to do that? Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose, but over time, you're gonna have more wins than losses. Over time, you're gonna learn about eating right. You're gonna learn how to help other people exercise. You're gonna learn what kind of exercises get you going, make you sweat, get you excited. That's gonna happen over time, okay? So understand that it's a process. Let's focus on your successes. And the last thing I want to talk about real quickly is some tools to help maximize your success. And understand the first thing is Shakeology. Why? Because people aren't walking around protein deficient, carbohydrate deficient, fat deficient. They're walking around nutrient deficient. And that's why we're in the problem that we're in. We're eating the calories, but we're not getting the nutrition. And that's why when people drink even just one Shakeology a day, why? Just doing that and not changing anything else changes their whole blood work, changes the way they feel, it makes them lose weight. That's why that is one of the best bridge the gappers. That's why that's working. I encourage you to even go to the Shakeology website so you can see exactly what is this life-changing thing that's making you feel so good. Now, there's even more ways to help bridge your success. And I'm just going to talk about three of my favorites that have helped me get even better results, but also make me feel good. I used to take a lot of products from GNC and Vitamin Shoppe, and now that Beachbody has their full line of supplements is all evidence-based, and everything they have is the levels of the ingredients are for maximum efficacy to get the desired effect. So that means that you're not getting things that you don't need. The first is Beachbody Performance Energize. Why would you need that? I use it every day? No, but I use it on days that I'm a little bit tired or on days that I've got a little bit more of a grueling workout and I want to get pumped up. I used to take pre-workouts all the time that made my heart speed up and it would make me I feel like I'm on crack. And even though I knew it wasn't good for me, I would still take it anyway. The great thing about Energize is that it has the perfect amount of beta-alanine, which helps to reduce muscle soreness. It combats muscle carnosine, which basically decreases lactic acid buildup in your muscles, which is soreness. It also has 100 milligrams of natural caffeine from green tea extract, which has been proven to increase exercise. I used to take so many supplements that had 400 milligrams of synthetic caffeine, the caffeine anhydrous, and that's when I would feel amped up. That actually shows to decrease performance. So 100 milligrams is what it actually increases performance. It also has quercetin. Quercetin is what's in a lot of, it's a phytonutrient. It's in a couple of the Beachbody performance products it gives it the yellow color. So there's no artificial colors or ingredients in the performance line, but that's what gives it the yellow color. What that also does is it helps improve performance and it helps to decrease muscle soreness. And so combined, that's why the Beachbody Energize is amazing. People ask, why does it not have beta-arginine? And the reason why it doesn't have arginine is because the recent studies have shown that doesn't have an effect on your muscles. And then what about vitamin C and vitamin E? Well, now studies show that high levels of vitamin C and vitamin E actually, we used to think about free radicals and does it help with building muscle? And it goes to show you that it does not. That's why it doesn't have it in it. Last is the Shakeology Boost Digestive Health. Now, Beachbody has 3 different types of boosts that you can add to your shake: focused energy, power greens, and digestive health. It doesn't have to be used every day, but it's for days that you may be deficient in one thing or the other. And what I'm going to talk about today is digestive health. That includes 7 grams of the highest quality fiber that you can add to your shake on days that you feel bloated, that you feel a little bit irregular, on days that maybe you just ate like crap and you just kind of feel bleh. And I know for me, this is a product that I use more than anything because my diet isn't perfect. And staying regular is one of the best, healthiest ways for you to get the results, for you to get the good bacteria in your stomach. So I encourage everybody, if you're somebody that tends to get bloated, that tends to retain a little bit of water, just feel blood on certain days, knows that every once in a while they're going to have fast food, things like that. Digestive health will help you accelerate your results, and you'll feel it immediately. And then, as I talked about before, this is Beachbody Energize. We've got samples of the Energize if anybody would like to try, as well as a couple other things. And as we move on, I'll talk about some other tools to help maximize your success. So welcome to week 2, guys, and get ready for some more great motivation.